Ladies and gentlemen, it's November 11th, which is actually my birthday. I've just turned 55 years old, but actually you'll be watching this video in January.
Right.
And I couldn't think of a better way to spend my birthday than the unveiling of a watch that I've been waiting for the longest time. It is, of course, the Vacheron Constantin 222, now in steel. Christian Selmoni, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, Wei. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. And I actually wore this blue shirt with the white stripes because I thought it would match this watch perfectly. But Christian, oh my God, it's finally here. Tell me about this, sir.
Yes. So obviously, like you are saying, Wei. So were expecting this timepiece since years. So we, as we know, we launched the 222 in 2022, and we decided to go for the yellow gold. So the reason behind that you are wearing today, the reason of the yellow gold, it was that, as a matter of fact, it was the rarest, the most exclusive version of the 222. So this is why we decided to launch it in yellow gold. And of course, when we launched it in 2022, immediately the question was raised about the steel version. So we're really happy to be able to launch in 2025 the 222 in steel, which is so much expected.
You know, Christian, when I think of you guys, I think of you as capable of teasing us to just the right level and then finally launching the watch at the perfect moment. I remember for many years I'd said, Christian, when are you going to launch a 222? When are you going to launch a 222? I think this stretched back even 5 years before you actually launched it in 2022.
Yes.
But when you did in 2022, it was the perfect moment. There was already an incredible foundation that was laid for the brand in terms of historic watches, but also in terms of sport chic watches.
Very much.
With the overseas. And the 222 came in at exactly the right moment. Were you surprised at how much people went crazy for this watch?
Honestly said, I would say, speaking for myself, yes, quite a few, because that was quite a bet, to launch it in yellow gold. We wanted really to recreate the flamboyant 70s, so that's why we went for yellow gold and also with the gilt dial. So we had this fantastic welcome for this timepiece. Then, obviously, as it is part of the historic collection, and so as you know, we are also offering the same watch with different metals or metal color. I think about the American 1921, for example. So it was about time to launch the steel version, which is really the emblematic, if I may say, 222.
It's so beautifully executed. So, you know, one thing that I would like to say as someone that owns a 222, it's not just a simple facsimile of the past.
No, sure.
It's massively improved on every single level. Let's start with the movement, because it would have been very easy to put the caliber 1120, which is the Jaeger LeCoultre Design 920. But I, as a person that's become older, has become very frustrated with things like a semi-quick set date. So I love the fact that you put the 2455 in there with an actual quick set date,
sure.
And it's so much more robust as well. I mean, would you say that was an important choice?
Very much. So you are pointing way on the choice of the caliber, which was, by the way, a big question when we started to think about the 222. So I would say more on a general base. So you're right when you say that this is not a facsimile of the 222 from 1977. So it's a totally different timepiece from the technical angle, as you are saying. So not only we can talk about the movement, but also on the watch case, which look very much the same like in 1977. But I think our designer made a great work into bringing a different kind of sophistication in the case construction and the finishes. And for me, I would say, for me, the bracelet really creates a difference, because we all know well the 222 from the 70s, which was a super nice timepiece, but there is such a huge difference between the 1977 and the 2022 or 2025 for the steel. So I think, yes, really, I love very much the timepiece myself, because it's paying tribute to the sport chic, elegant watches from the 70s coming from Vacheron Constantin, but it's so, I would say, it's so impeccable in terms of technicality and finishing that I really think this watch is one of the most impressive in our whole collection. Yeah,
I would totally agree with you. I would say the bracelet execution on this watch is probably my favorite bracelet of any sports chic watch. And in this contemporary version, it's done so well. You know, the original bracelets were made by Vacheron, of course.
Very much.
Very beautiful, but of course, not the same in terms of sturdiness and construction.
Sure.
This is incredible on the wrist. It's so supple, but it feels really solid, and I love the integration of the deployant, which is completely invisible until just when you need to open it, and then it's effortless to open.
True. I think also Wei, this fantastic bracelet of the 222 from this year, I think it's also showing how much I would say manufacturing techniques in watchmaking have evolved since the 70s. So I think it's showing this evolution, and so this watch is for me. When I had it on my wrist for the very first time, I think it was 2021, the yellow gold version. I really had this sensation of having like a second skin. You don't feel that bracelet, and like you are mentioning, it's probably more on the chic side of things rather than the sports side of things. Potentially on the contrary of the overseas.
That's interesting you say that, and Christian, I know you and I are both fans of tailoring, and when you get a great jacket from Schiffinelli or comes to Luca, something that's hand canvas and made so perfectly, it feels effortless to wear.
Definitely.
And it's the same thing that we have with this bracelet. I have to say, now that I have it on my wrist, the execution of this new steel 222 is absolutely phenomenal, right? And interestingly, completely different in character than the gold one. The gold one has, as you say, this very kind of Playboy looseness, 3.5 N, if I'm not mistaken, for a very specific color of yellow gold. This watch is its own entity, but it's phenomenal. 37 mm on the wrist, 7.95 mm in terms of thickness, but with the integration of the 2455, which also makes it a much more user-friendly watch for day-to-day. Every single detail in this watch is flawless. I love the use, of course, of the gold Maltese cross signature just here.
Sure.
Right? But the indexes, the hands, everything's executed so perfectly. Now talk to me about the choice of blue, because you could have gone blue or you could have gone gray, right?
Yeah, sure. Actually, we made a few of different colors for the steel 222 in the 70s. So we have, as you mentioned, we have this dark blue, we have the anthracite gray, we have a few of them white or silvered, and even some kind of slate gray color. But I think in the heart of the collectors of Vacheron Constantin and the 222, I think that the blue is certainly the most emblematic, if I may say, color for the 222. And I love very much this kind of blue colors, galvanic blue colors from the 70s, which are kind of dark blue with some gray accents, and I think it's really it works super well.
You guys create a challenge for me, because I thought I was perfectly happy with my life. I have the best wife possible. I have a great tutu in yellow gold, but now suddenly I'm looking at this and I'm consumed with abject desire, but I have to control myself a little bit. But also I want to talk to you a little bit about, because it's 37 mm, right?
Yep.
And it's interesting, if you look at the other watches that are in this category, they can range around 40 mm. There's a new one from another brand that's 45 mm, but this one is 37, and I think that this is the size that today everyone wants to wear.
Yes, so obviously what we see these years, more and more we see this trend of the size of our watches becoming let's say less than 40 millimeter, probably around 38, 39. So I think this is a trend which possibly is influenced by vintage. So as we know, vintage is a huge market, is a huge trend. And I think that many people, many clients, and many watch lovers, when they are acquiring watches from the 50s, the 60s, or the 70s, or even the 80s and beginning of the 90s, they do appreciate these sizes around 37 or even 36 millimeter, which are looking so elegant on the wrist.
And if you like tailoring, like this also fits effortlessly beneath the shirt cuff as well. I don't want to create too much hyperbole around this, but I know you're not going to make a huge amount of them.
No, definitely not.
So how will you select people to purchase this watch?
We are not requesting any, purchasing history or whatever. So I think that, like it is the case for the yellow gold, so obviously the production will be naturally limited, because we produce our own movements, and it's, for obvious reasons, it's not possible to increase the production by, I don't know what, double digits or anything like that, because we finished all our movements by hand. So there is a natural limitation, and we are not requesting any kind of purchasing history, for example.
Well, I have to say, it's 2025. It's the 20th anniversary of Revolution. And so I was wondering what this watch year was going to be like. Sitting around last year in November, I was like, Christian, what do you think 2025 is going to be like? And now I can see it's going to be an incredible year.
Very much.
You've already started the year with an incredible new launch, but there's many more to come because this represents a big anniversary for you.
Very much. So to speak a little bit about the anniversary, so for sure it's going to be kind of a firework for us through the year 2025. And so we are introducing this year with a very important novelty, or should I say very, very expected novelty, which is the 222 in steel. And yes, we will have all along the years great novelties, great activations. So stay tuned. It's going to be a fantastic year for us.
Well, even though it was expected, the way you executed it was, surpassed even my, lofty expectations.
Thank you.
And you did a great job. So congratulations, Christian. Congratulations, Vacheron Constantin. And we can't wait to see what you have for the rest of the year.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Wei.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks a lot.